Good morning, students. Today onwards, we are going to start with a new lesson, that is conservation of plants and animals. The name itself, conservation. Conservation means to preserve. To preserve plants and animals, we are going to see. Before we could start, we will recall some experience which we have studied in class 7. In class 7, we have seen about when Pahili and Bujo had visited to the forest with Professor Ahmed and Tibu. Remember how they went to see the forest? So they were very eager to share their experiences with their classmates and other children in the class, and they experience some of them has visited to Bharatpur Sanctuary. Some other heard about the Kaziranga National Park. Then some has know about the Great Nicobar Biosphere Receivers and Tiger Receivers. Clear? So now here we are going to see about how are we going to do and why there is a need of conservation of plants and animal for us. In this one we are going to study about what is biodiversity. We are going to see biodiversity in India. We are going to see, then we are going to see about need to conserve biodiversity or the uses of biodiversity. Then we are going to see about what are the strategies we are making it for the conservation of plants and animals. As you know, the human population is growing continuously. Natural resources are being used at a rapid rate and forests are being converted into human use. The major concern of today are conservation and preservation of biodiversities. Biodiversity is a variety of plants and animals' life in a given specific habitat of the world. To sustain the richness of the biodiversities, conservation of the environment and its resources are very essential. They should be managed in a responsible manner so that our future generation can also use these resources. Clean environment which leads to rich biodiversity is available in itself simply by the existence. So here in this one, first we are going to see about the deforestation. Deforestation, how it has taken place. Like a great variety of plants and animals exist on the earth. This we all know. There are n number of plants and animals growing, living on the earth or existence on the earth. And for this and these plants and animals are not only existing it on the earth, but these plants and animals are useful for us and they are essential for our survival. But today there is a threat for these plants and animals because of deforestation. In lower classes, we have studied the meaning of deforestation. Deforestation means the clearing of forest and using the land for other purpose is called as deforestation. In deforestation, what we will be doing it? We will be cutting the trees, we will be cutting the forest area, we will be converting it into useful for our purposes. So these trees in the forest are being cut for some of the purposes. Like first purpose will be for procuring land for cultivation. Means as the human population, as I have discussed before, the human population is growing continuously. For that reason, most of the land we have converted into using for houses. So for that reason, factories. So now there is no land for cultivation. So for procuring land for cultivation, we will be cutting the forest. Then for building houses and factories, we are cutting the forest. As the demand is increasing, it factories also has to increase to overcome with the need. For that reason also we are cutting down the forest. Then we are cutting down the forest for making furniture, use of wood as a fuel. Till even though we have made lots of progress in science and technology, still there are villages where now till now wood is being used as a fuel for them. For making furniture also we are cutting down the trees and making the furniture. So these are some man-made changes are for man due to man-made for human being purposes we are cutting down the forest. But there are some natural causes also wherein we are cutting down the forest can be cleared, or forest will be going for deforestation. So one of the reason is about the forest fire. In the forest fire, as you can see in the picture, forest fire, the whole forest will be set on fire, and it is not possible for us to extinguish this fire. In such case also the whole forest is going for deforestation, and even due to drought also the deforestation can take place. Means when there is no rainfall for a longer period of time, as you have studied in class 6, that near about for 5 to 6 years continuously when there is no rainfall, then that particular area is going to be considered as a drought prone area. Clear? So these are some reasons for which the forest is going to become deforestation, and it causes, there are some man-made causes as well as there are some natural causes. In man-made causes we are using it for either cultivation, we are using for building houses and factories, or using as a fuel, or for making furniture we are using it. So this is man-made cause due to which forest has become deforestation, and for natural cause will be about the forest fire and drought. So this is all about the deforestation. Now causes of deforestation for us, the one consequence of deforestation for us, as you know about the temperature, as we have studied in class 7 about the global warming, how the temperature will be increased due to population level, increase in population level, increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, even the groundwater level gets lower down, and this will be disturbing our deforestation and the balance in the nature. So this all was explained by Professor Ahmed, that if cutting of the trees continues, rainfall and fertility of the soil will decrease. So these were some of the natural calamities. There will be increased chances of having such as floods will be also there, and drought will be there, and the plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. If there are no plants, they will not be getting photosynthesis. The plants can't able to synthesize the food, resulting into the global warming. Atmosphere leads to global warming. Carbon dioxide traps, how global warming will be there is because of carbon dioxide traps the heat and reflected to the earth. The increase in temperature on the earth disturbs the water cycles and may reduce to rainfall, and we will be having a drought. So the consequence of deforestation for us, first, increase in the level of temperature and pollution level on the earth, increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere leading to global warming, lowering of groundwater level, disturbance the balanced nature, decrease in rainfall leading to drought. How it is there I have explained, means because of increased level in carbon dioxide, the temperature on the earth will get disturbed and the water cycle will get disturbed, and because of which we will be having the drought. Then soil erosion and decrease in the soil fertilities lead to desertification. Means deforestation is a major cause for leading the changes in the soil properties. Physical properties of the soil get affected by plantation and vegetation. Like we have studied in the class 7 about the trees will prevent the soil erosion. In soil lesson we have seen about how soil will be used for soil erosion. If less number of trees will result in more soil erosion, because the water holding capacity will not be there. Then the removal of the top layer of the soil exposes the lower hard and rocky layer for us. This has less humus and is less fertile. Gradually the fertile land gets converted into desert, and it is called as desertification. Means this all we have seen in class 7, how the layers of the soil will be there, which is important for us, the humus which is there in the topmost layer. If there are less number of trees, then all the fine particles of the soil will be flowing with the water, and there will be only a rocky soil will be left, which we call it as desertification. Decrease in water holding capacity of the soil leads to flood. Means as the water is not seeping down into the soil, then it is going to lead to flood. Means just the water will be flowing it. As trees are not there, they are not holding the water, and groundwater level also will not increase for us. This will be leading it to water holding capacity of the soil. The movement of water from the soil surface into the ground, that is infiltration rate, is reduced, so there are floods. The other properties of the soil like nutrient content, texture, etc. also changes because of desertification. These all things we have studied in class 7. Because of what problems we will be facing it, because of this cutting down of trees. Then drought, when we are saying it, what is drought for us? Fewer trees would mean the less carbon dioxide will be used, by resulting in the increased amount of atmosphere, increased amount in the atmosphere. This will lead to global warming, as CO2 traps the heat rays reflected by the earth. The increase in temperature of the earth disturbs the water cycle and may reduce rainfall. This is called as drought. You can see even the moisture content will not be present in the soil, and total it is going to become as drought condition. Then in desertification, a removal of top layer of the soil exposed the hard and rocky layers which have very less humus and air. As a result, less fertile, the soil becomes desert. It is termed as desertification. Then comes about the conservation of forest and wildlife. Now we are going to see how we are going to save this wildlife. So forest and wildlife can be conserved by setting up areas like biosphere reservoirs, wildlife sanctuaries, national park. So what is biosphere for us? Biospheres are large area of protected land for conservation of biodiversity and traditional life of the tribal living there. Means biosphere is a part of the earth in which living organism exist, or which supports life. Biological diversity or biodiversity refers to the variety of organisms existing on earth, their interrelationship and their interrelationship with the environment. So here we will be having, in biosphere we will be having not only animals, but in biosphere we will be having the tribal people also will be living there. Their traditional life they will be using it. As Professor Ahmed has organized the visit in the biosphere for Paheli and Bojo and their classmates, he has selected a place named called Panchmari Biosphere Reservoirs. He knows that the plants and animals found here are similar to those of the upper Himalayas peak and to those belongings to the lower western Ghats. Professor Ahmed believed that the biodiversity found here is unique. He requested the Madhavji of a forest employee to guide the children inside the biosphere. He explained preserving areas such as biological importance make them a part of their national heritage. In the same manner, we will be here in the biosphere, there will be flora and fauna of and their habitat, means we will be protecting, and this will be a protected area called as sanctuaries will be there, national parks will be there, biospheres will be there. Here the plantation, cultivation, grazing, felling of trees, hunting and poaching are prohibited here. There means here there will be no legal authority for, and no one will be having the authority for doing anything here. Then we will be having national parks. In national parks will be the areas reserved for wildlife where they can freely use the habitat and the natural resources. So in a national park only we will be having the wildlife, and whatever habitat they require we will be giving them that particular habitat area of their habitat. Then we will be having wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries will be are the areas where animals are protected from any disturbance to them in their habitat. Means here in the wildlife sanctuaries we will be having, this will be a naturally occurring sanctuaries such as an island that provides protection for species from hunting, competitions or poaching. It is the protected area, a geographic territory within which the wildlife is protected. So a wildlife network in India, we includes near about 514 wildlife sanctuaries we will be having in India. Network also includes 99 national parks and 41 conservation reservoirs. Then this is how we will be protecting it, the wildlife. Still there are many points to be seen in the next class. Tomorrow we will be discussing it about the other points. Today we have discussed only about biosphere, national park and wildlife sanctuaries. Then we will be studying about national parks, migration we will be seeing, reforestation, everything we will be going, zoo, how are they different from each other. We are going to see all those things in the next class. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.